Hey everyone, it's April 18th, 2021. This is Par for the Discourse. I'm Nicole coming to you from Madrid. This is Erica from Brooklyn. How are you?
It is Violeta's 10th birthday.
Today is my daughter Violeta's 10th birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Violeta.
birthday to her. She's locked in her room like a preteen playing Among Us, if you know what that is.
No, what is that?
Look it up. I mean, this is like the craze. It's either for young people or people who have no lives that are our age.
Well, there was something Animal Farm or something
No,
that
it's
people
nothing like that. This
what
is
was
like,
that called?
I think that was called Animal Farm, wasn't it?
Something, or yeah, that people were
No, this
playing
is like the sweatshirt of, I sent you a picture of her with a sweatshirt and it says imposter on it.
Yes.
It's that character, these characters, I don't know, even know what they do. Like they play tricks on each other and it's like I don't know. I honestly don't know much about it, but she's doing that.
Fun.
If you were born anytime before 2015, then you'll be interested in playing that. Yes. Anyway,
I'm an analog digital world. I don't know.
yeah, here we are. We started this podcast over a year ago as a little bit of a way to get through the pandemic. And here we are over a year later, just documenting our observations and conversations and whatnot. I wasn't going to even connect today because we were having a party and then we were supposed to meet up with someone and they canceled. And you know, when you get into that mode of like someone canceling and you're happy, you know how that is, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I said it's a very New Yorker thing. I thought, because I always felt like, boy, people are really flaky in New York. You cancel, you reschedule, somebody else cancels, and you end up just really getting used to it because people really are
Yeah.
like that in New York. I don't know if it's a flaky thing or if it's we're all just so busy and reschedule whatever. Um, but you do get into a situation where maybe I didn't want to go to that anyway, and when they cancel, it's like a little like, thank God.
But don't you like you secretly love when someone cancels because deep down you don't want to actually go through with this plan. And scheduling means that you have to reschedule. I mean, canceling
Right,
means you have to reschedule, which means, oh, great, I'm prolonging this event that I don't want to happen anyway.
right,
But if someone right out cancels, it's like, okay, yeah.
yeah, I get
And
happy.
I don't give grief. I'm like, that's fine.
I mean, I guess it really depends on the person, because if you canceled on me, I'd be upset. But like for example, I have a friend who upstate who reached out a while ago and said that he wanted to take a road trip and come down and visit, and I was so looking forward to it. Honest,
Yeah, that's
100%.
anticipation.
Love to see him, love to sit outside someplace and catch up, go someplace, show him some places that I know.
Mhm.
And it's not happening now, and although I'm disappointed in not seeing him, one less thing.
Yeah, you're like, oh well, put that on the back burner.
Yeah, one less thing. Yeah, we're very Larry David in that way, right? And speaking of Larry David and Seinfeld, I had a funny thing that happened to me this week, and it reminded me of a Seinfeld episode. Do you remember when Jerry was being interviewed by the NYU grad student, and he had to prove to her that he wasn't gay? Not that there's anything wrong with it.
She overheard them talking in the diner together. Yes, she was back to back. Yes. Okay.
So I got asked to be interviewed by an NYU grad student this week, and it was kind of the highlight of my week, to be honest. It was really flattering to be asked as it was me and two other female street artists, and she was asking me as well, treating me as a photographer as a street artist.
Mhm.
And I was speaking to her on social justice things that came up last summer, how street artists have an impact, especially females, and that's what she's doing her paper on. So it was really fun to talk about. It was fun to talk about myself, and because it was speaking on what I've been doing it and why I've been doing it, why it's important to me. It kind of reinvigorates, you know, because I can get down on myself about like, you know, why am I doing this? I'm, you know, a lot of it's unpaid work. It's a lot of work for no pay. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot of bullshit. But it kind of did make me feel like, you know, I'm having a positive impact on some people.
I can't wait.
But it did make me also think of Jerry Seinfeld.
When can we see this?
She told me she when she finishes putting it all together, she would send me it, and she asked me if I wanted to put it up on our website, and I was like, wow, I don't know, we'll see.
Oh, I'm
it's like
really
some big yeah, I'm looking forward to it. She's a journalism graduate. That's what she's studying, journalism. So her interest in street art is like the impact on society and you know, social media, of course, plays
Can you give us any like insights to any humor or specific questioning, or no, you don't, you want to save it?
Oh, was I trying to be funny? I always think I'm trying to be funny.
Or no, did anything come up that was like,
do you know what I think when I'm talking to people, I always feel like I'm trying to be lighthearted and funny, or try to find funny in a conversation. And that's when I get tripped up, when people say racist shit. And then I'm like, I'm so thinking like I'm trying to be funny that when I hear wild, like, you know, science isn't real or something like that, and I just go, I have to like, my feminist brain breaks, and I go, oh, I have to like stand up for people and be an asshole, and being an asshole instead of you know, having fun.
yeah, that's like the monitoring that goes on in the brain, you know, the other side.
Yes.
In fact, I was telling one of my friends at work the other day, you know, like you have the two sides of your brain. And I was saying, you know, I have this funny memory of my uncle when we were in the hospital, and my aunt was like dying. Okay. And he and I are just sitting there passing time, chatting. And he starts telling me a story about Chris Christie. And he's like, someone should take a needle, stick it in that fucking fat ass. And right as that happens, like the doctor comes in, and he turns it, Peter Valenti. It's just, you know, like when you have like the you know what I mean? Like when you're on one side getting raw, and then all of a sudden someone else comes in the room and you're like, oh, hi, nice to meet you.
Just flip that switch. So that's what I can't do. I can't flip that switch all the time so quickly.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. It is there. But I'm always trying to be funny. And I always think about things after the fact. Like I'm in a situation and I don't say what I should say. And then like I go home, or I'm like on the train. Oh man, I should have said this.
Play that over in your head.
Back after the fact.
So we're sitting around here waiting for Eduardo to unveil a video project he's been working on for 3 days in honor of Violeta's 10th birthday.
Oh, cool.
Put together some kind of montage of photos, and like a couple of weird things came through that he was sending me. He's like, do you remember this? Do you remember this? And it was like random
memories.
Yeah, and there was these pictures of, I used to take Violeta, and I totally forgot about this, to this like a group for expats, like in Madrid. And it was I think I told you about this. Her name was Amy Jo Doherty. She's the sister of Pete Doherty, who you probably know, like that kind of scumbagish Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
His sister lives in Madrid, and she's like kind of, this hippie-ish girl that just does sing-alongs for kids in random places and brings along a bag of instruments. And for some reason, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I thought this was cool. So
sounds like fun.
But it was always me as the American, and all the people that would go there were like British people. There were never any American people there, which is fine. And it was like an hour or a half hour of just like, singing and playing instruments.
Is this where you met the people that said oregano?
No. Oh, that was a long time ago. No. But there was this one woman, and Eduardo's like astonished that I remember such detail. Like I remember what this woman's kid's name was and everything, because she was just so obnoxious. Like her kid was one of those typical kids that would like come into the circle, get up, go into the bag of instruments, break shit, destroy the room, and the mother never took the kid and left or did anything. Those kind of parents that just don't even discipline at all. And it's just,
yes.
And I just remember her, like the kid would get up in the middle of a song, go into the bag of instruments and start breaking shit. And the woman was like, Leo, his name was like Leonardo or something like that. Leo, what did mommy say?
So there's a picture of this woman.
I had like a picture of the group, and she, and I was like, I had this like vision, like, we don't do that. Mommy said no. Leo, darling, Leo, darling.
And she's just sitting. Well, you've got the headphones on your kid to keep him quiet.
Yeah, you see the difference here?
Yeah. Hey, listen, everybody has their own tactic.
Leo, darling, we don't do that. Mommy said no. I'm like, the kid's fucking destroying the whole place. Take him out of here.
And she's just sitting there saying that, like,
I never gelled with these people. I'm like, the kid's destroying the place.
Yeah.
Anyway, just brought up that whole culture of kids.
Violeta would never do that.
No, she would never do that. Because I would just walk out if that ever happens.
Yeah.
Although yesterday at her birthday party, it was eye-opening. There were a couple of like shit and fucks that were let out. And I was like, And one of the mother that was there with me was like, well, they all got masks on. We don't know who said that. And I was like, yeah, it's true.
That's funny.
They started eating, and then all of a sudden another shit came out. And we're like caught. And it was the kid that you would least expect to say it. And that's when we were like, times are changing.
That's funny. They had their masks on. We couldn't tell who said it. That's funny.
Oh, God.
What else happened this week? Did she get what kind of, she get some presents or?
Yeah, she got a really, really nice sketch pad and like some art stuff. Yeah, things associated with this craze, like called super things. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they're little figures. They're kind of like the equivalent of Garbage Pail Kids when we were kids.
Is this another like online computer thing?
No, it's not an online thing. They're like figures you can buy in the deli that are like.
Okay.
I honestly equate it to like, you remember Garbage Pail Kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that's like sort of gross or weird, but you like to collect a lot of them.
Are they little?
Yeah, they're little. She got things like that, a book, I don't know, some bathing. I got her a yellow polka dot bikini and presented it with the song, A Yellow Polka Dot Bikini.
How 1950s of you.
I totally went to the 50s. You're right. That's what I told her. She needed a bathing suit. And I bought her 2 bathing suits, and she's like, I really want a bikini. And I was like, okay. There were like 2 in the store, and one was yellow polka dot. And I was like, I'm gonna get this and just play the song.
And she's like, I don't care, whatever. I just want a bikini, Mom. Oh, that's cute. Well, are you going to be able to put it to use, or is there going to be some place to go swimming this
That's a
summer?
good question. Well, we did rent a house in July, the house we always go to in the country that has a pool.
Nice.
That's it though. We're not going anywhere else. What about you? Are you like, I'm just amazed at the rollout for the vaccines. Are you going to start looking into that, or what's your
Well, now it's slowing down for one of them. They put a pause on,
AstraZeneca?
I think so. And you could just tell the what's the word? Not uncertainty, but the distrust is, I mean, it's weird.
It's not even statistically significant.
This isn't like an anti-vaxxer thought on this. You know, it's not that I don't want to get it. You know, up until this point, it was just, you know, I thought we should wait until the elderly got it and people that really, you know, frontline workers, if, you know, we're unemployed or, you know, doing stuff from home, we can stay home. And if I'm still going to have to, I'm wearing a mask anyway. I'm going to continue to wear a mask if I go and even if I understand it's going to cut down on whether or not I would get sicker, but we also have like potentially other variants coming. And I just think New York City is on the front line of whatever would hit the United States first. I just kind of feel like we should just stay home and.
Well, that's what we should have done from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm going back to, I don't feel any kind of loosening up of anything. I see.
I understand that.
I'm glad businesses are getting to open back up, but I'm seeing businesses not be able to open back up.
No, they're saying people are still, you still shouldn't be doing certain things. I mean, that people are doing even after getting back.
I mean, we've like, okay, so our 11-year anniversary was Friday night. We did go to our place. Our friend owns a pizza restaurant, but it's like a nice restaurant. And we've gone there a few times and sat inside and outside. So we went there Friday night and came home. I mean, you know, we're just going out in the neighborhood. So, but I mean, like our Chinese delivery place, I was telling you, it's been an establishment since like the 70s in this neighborhood, went out of business. I was really upset because we ordered delivery from them during the pandemic and we just walked by and saw that they closed, and that was upsetting. I mean, New York City, I don't care what anybody says, it's not about bouncing back. I don't know, you know, if other parts of the country feel that way. I don't think
it's just a New York thing. I think that that's definitely the case in a lot of places, like businesses going out. And I told you, like 3 places that I really like have gone out of business. But yeah, I see your point.
I don't want to say I'm, and it's not because I'm like an anti-vaxxer thing. I just
no, when it gets to you, it gets to you, and there's no rush for you personally.
And at this point, I'm not seeing, and I'm not afraid of blood clots either. I just don't see how it's going to necessarily be effective if things are going to get bad in other ways down the road. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's going to say I'm completely wrong about that, but
I don't know. There's always going to be variants on the rest of our lives.
Okay, but I also am seeing this attitude. You're probably not seeing this because you guys aren't getting vaccinated on your like people your age. The attitude of, I'll get my second shot. Now I can go do blah, 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 blah. Like that is I'm seeing people bragging about getting the vaccine and now life is better. That's what's making me go, oh, I have to see. This is going back to like a year ago. I remember us talking about the mask thing. Oh, if you feel that way and you're going to behave that way, then that means I have to just stay home, because I just think that's the potential to be stupid and cause more spreading.
Yeah,
Am I
people don't
wrong?
understand. People don't understand how to. Oh, I can even tell you stories here. So and so got their vaccination. We can all meet now. First
Right,
vaccination.
right.
I think you better read up on that a little bit more. How it works.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my
Right,
response, and I'm like,
right. My mom said something like that. She went to some retiree dinner and she said,
mm.
well, everybody was vaccinated at the dinner.
Although I think when you're with other people who are already vaccinated, that's okay. It's like your mom shouldn't come to you and take her mask off now because she could still give it to you.
Hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we were gonna go upstate to visit. I think that probably isn't gonna happen till June. We were trying to get a like April road trip in, but I don't think we're gonna go. So I don't. But yeah, you're right. We're gonna stay with her, but um, I'm keeping my distance from everybody. Can I also say this is just an old gripe, and maybe you have a piece of advice for me. No more handshaking, right? No more handshaking. We don't need a handshake. Why then? Like, do I just keep my hands in my pocket or what? But like,
What you mean as a way to deter
coming to,
people?
they have to fist bump, they have to elbow you, and it's like, can I just take a step back and I put my hands in my pocket? Hi, hello, greetings. Why do you have to touch me? Why do you
That
have to do that? Why?
to me that's almost like I could see in the United States that being your attitude is totally right on. Like hello is good. Here in
Say, I'm
Spain,
greeting you.
here in Spain, it's a culture that you know this because you've been here. You always kiss two times to anybody, whether it be a total stranger. So I think the culturally speaking here, that type of thing has been disrupted. And no matter what, when you see someone now, you have to do this because it's such a close culture of touching. Where I honestly think that's weird in the States because the States is more of like, it's totally fine to be like, hi. Like, I don't think you need to like, you're finding that you people need to touch you.
Yes.
Because I don't think that that's so
Um,
part of the culture necessarily.
so have you heard anybody say like, I miss kissing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
So I don't. I think it's that like, oh, at least give me an elbow, at least give me a fist bump. And it's like, but do you have to?
I don't
I
see why we
don't.
can't just do this.
Hi.
You make
Hi.
like the eye contact. I'm fine
Yeah,
with
I
that.
mean, it was somebody that I already kind of know that they think the whole mask thing is stupid. And so when I see you, hi, stay over there because you're cavalier with your behavior, in my opinion.
Well, that's another point. Yeah.
So just stay away from me, please. I'm being as nice as I possibly can by saying hello.
But see, take away the germ aspect of it. I don't really have the need to touch people.
Yeah, I have the person I live with I touch.
Right. And if I saw you, I would hug you. You know what I mean? There's like certain people I would hug or
Yeah.
kiss. But Joe
But
next door, I don't give a shit. We don't need to bump.
I and the biggest thing is eye contact when you're saying hello to somebody. Like, how you learn when you shake somebody's hand to make eye contact because it's, oh, you just shake somebody's hand like, oh, hi, I'm not making eye contact. It's important to make eye contact with somebody. Or like when you say I love you, you make eye contact. So why can't we just say hello respectfully and just don't touch me. So anyway,
Oh yeah, I get.
that was my gripe. Yeah. And so then we walk away from this thing because we saw this person on the street. And I said to Ronnie, what do I need to do? Do I just keep my hands in my pocket? Like, how do I just,
You have to do this right away.
he started coming closer to me like, oh, I got to touch you too. No,
You
you
have
don't.
to make the initial movement. You have to make the initial move. You don't wait for that. You do like right away. You do. Hey, because now you're done. You see what I'm saying? Now you've
Yeah.
given your
I think my hands were out though. And he just kept coming towards me like, we gotta connect.
But like you said, eyes are enough. Let's leave it at that.
Please.
Oh, I love it. I think people here in Spain are having a hard time with it because it's so culturally normal to be kissing and hugging every damn person you see. And I'm like, this is great. Hey, all right, I'll do that. And not everybody does this because it's just so weird for them. They'd rather just not do it. So,
Yeah.
I did that to one or two people, and
Or you get like a side hug or something, but we can't like breathe on each other or something.
I've hugged like two people who are my real friends here. That's it. I
But
don't.
is there the complaint that like, oh, this is so terrible, we can't connect?
Yeah, but you know how I feel about that, and I think you agree. I mean, I don't need that
Oh,
connection.
right. Yeah, I don't
Feeling.
find myself feeling that way.
Well, it's like that's the part of the grieving. I don't even know if you'd call it grieving, but the part that I'm holding on to of this whole thing. I'm like, yeah, I want COVID shit to end, but this is what I like to stay.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to hug and kiss everybody. I don't want all the parents sticking around at the birthday party yesterday. That was great. We shouldn't be in groups. Why don't you drop your kid off and come back in 2 hours? Great. This has nothing to do with COVID in my mind. I'm just using that as the excuse. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, I just don't want to be enclosed with people for too long.
Right.
I
Well, I
don't.
said the DMV used to always be such a crazy experience, but
Yes.
we all had appointments, 15-minute intervals. I was in and out so
Don't you think
fast.
that's improved?
That was great. I mean, no, we didn't get the stories because the DMV always is like, but
Yeah, you can do it.
it's because it takes hours of your time.
Mhm.
And I was in and out in 10 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, there are always positives.
Or the people at some of the students at my school that, can I stay with you after class and talk about something? No, sorry, the cleaning lady is due to come in because we have like a really tight schedule now where like the cleaning staff comes in and disinfects and then the next. I'm like, sorry, someone's coming in to clean.
Email me.
That's what I say. Let's keep that.
All right, Nicole, how long have we been on here?
Yeah, about a half hour.
All right, that's good.
Well, I'm glad we got to connect. I wasn't sure we would.
Yes, I am in the bedroom, back to the original spot. I might be out in the living room, and I'll show you some plants next week because they definitely are thriving. They're
Same
really
here.
growing. Yes.
All
Say
right.
happy birthday to
I
Violeta.
will.
Double digits.
Okay.
All right.
See you
Talk to you later.
later. Bye.